Hi. I've been debating for a while whether to make this video. Um, Only because it's a little bit personal and I wouldn't want to upset anybody or embarrass anybody. But I think it's an important issue, I think it's an important topic, so I'm going to have a go at trying to do this as sensitively and as honestly as possible. Now, I consider myself and will probably identify myself as a straight woman. I have a husband who I'm incredibly attracted to. I have two beautiful children as a result of that partnership, and I am thoroughly content with the situation. But I don't think sexuality is as linear as straight, gay. I don't think it's as simple as that. I don't think it's such a clear-cut thing. To me, it seems to be more of a spectrum, and we're all on it somewhere, and you just have to figure out where you are on that line. Now, the reason that I sort of came to terms with this and came to understand this was because as I was growing up and going through my teenage years particularly, I went to an all-girls school, and I was therefore surrounded by only girls. And outside of school, I was going to dance class, and dance class was just all girls. So at a time in my life where I am starting to get, sexual feelings, starting to explore that side of myself, my only opportunity to be amongst other people my age was to be around girls. So I developed crushes on girls in my school. I did. And it tended to be that I preferred the more masculine looking girls, the sort of slightly androgynous girls. That seemed to be what I was more attracted to. I never felt the urge to act on any of this, but as you can imagine, it left me quite confused. I think most people grow up assuming that they're straight because that seems to be the social norm. It's what's presented to us most often. And so to then start feeling yourself being attracted to women or fellow students, female students, it was confusing. I was like, well, hang on a sec. What does this mean? Does this mean that I'm gay? And it took me a long time to realise that actually I was equally, if not more so, attracted to men. All my crushes, sort of celebrity crushes, were male. Weirdly enough, Alan Alda was a really big crush of mine from quite an early age. George Clooney, I don't think there needs to be any explanation. I had crushes on men. And certainly all of my sexual experience, even just down to kissing, basic kissing, has been with men, and I've never felt the urge to kiss a woman. But I have had dreams of kissing women, at night time, when your subconscious gets to take over. Those are dreams that I've had, and it has at times been confusing enough to actually be quite upsetting. Not because I was upset at the idea that I might be homosexual, that never actually bothered me, but more that I didn't know what I was, and there seems to be this huge pressure to categorise yourself and identify yourself one way or another, and I just wasn't able to do that because I always had this question mark in my mind. Now, I would say in the last few years, the LGBT plus community has really become more and more outspoken, at least in the sort of mainstream media. I think they've always been there shouting their, sort of standing up for their cause, but it's certainly become a bigger issue as far as I can see in the last 5 to 10 years. And therefore I've had the opportunity to learn more about different forms of sexuality. There's just more information out there, it's more publicly talked about, and this is where I've been able to go, oh, actually, I'm not gay. I'm not even really bisexual, I don't think, because I don't feel like I want to have a relationship with a woman and never have felt that way. But I have a part of me that is attracted to women and can see that side of them. But like I said, I would, on a form where it asked me to identify myself, I would identify myself as straight. I wouldn't identify myself as bisexual. I think my husband is the most attractive man in the world, except for George Clooney, and he knows that that's, the case. I think he's lovely, and I love everything about him, and he's more attractive to me now than he was when we first met. Like, it grows daily. And I am by no means unhappy with my lot. I'm so unbelievably happy with my life and the decisions that I've made and the people that I've surrounded myself with. But it took a long time for me to understand that my attraction to women was just another part of me, and that it didn't define me, and in as much as my straightness doesn't define me, we're all just a mix of colours, a palette of colours, and all just trying to figure out what makes us happy. And I think that's the most important thing, that you end up in a place where you're happy. And don't try and define it. Don't try and fit yourself into a box, a tick box. Forms are going to make you do that. Don't make the rest of your life be that as well. So if you are confused, or if you've had sort of confusing thoughts, or you're not fully understanding who it is you are, or what you are, or however you want to describe it, know that it's okay to be unsure. Know that it's okay to not be a definite thing, and to have a grey area to you, and that's okay. Like I say, the most important thing is that you end up in a place where you are happy and that you wouldn't want to change. Because I don't want to change what I've got, and I know I'm very lucky. I know there are people out there really struggling with this particular issue, and can appreciate how difficult it is to come to terms with who you are and how you are in a world where there's still a lot of ignorance and misunderstanding. And I really hope that I haven't got it wrong, but if I have, please let me know in the comments. If you disagree with me, please let me know in the comments. If you've had similar confusions in your life, or complications of ideas in your life, please let me know in the comments. I am dying to learn more about this topic, and to learn from people who have struggled in a similar way to me to come to terms with who they are. And I think the more discussion we can have around this, the more open and non-judgmental discussion we can have, the better we're all going to be in the long run. And probably the happier we're all going to be, for sure. So I guess that's all I really have to say on the subject. And yeah. That's it. Alright. Well, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you want to hear more content from me. And yeah, like I said, let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments. I am dying to hear. And yeah. Bye for now.